Hey guys, how's it going? Stonehenge 2 here with the Alliance Celestial Avengers. Today, we are back. We are back with the videos. So, we have war number 1 of season 62. It is Celestial Avengers versus LVT, Living Tribunal, I believe. Yes. So, my team is going to be Lumitrix, Mole Man, and Future Ant-Man. Lumitrix is just so good, this tactic. The tactic is Forbearance and Wrath and Forbearance. Here, I am just blocking that special one in order to not trigger Dex, so Mystic Dispersion doesn't go crazy. And then building up my Cunning. Here, I think I just go straight for a special 2 because I can. And pretty much just nuke her down. It was like 30 seconds. 32 seconds. So yeah, Lumitrix is very good. Next fight up, I am taking this Nick Fury, and I could take this with Lumitrix since he is bleed immune, but the miss counter is kind of annoying. So I am going to be using Future Ant-Man since he shrugs bleeds very quickly, and I promptly messed up. And here I am now almost in my Surging Swarm. So there I'm in Surging Swarm now, so he will be a little bit more aggressive, and I just need to manage the unblockable pretty much. And there he walk up lights me like a typical Nick Fury AI, and he is unblockable there, so I use my relic for an opening, going to 5 combo into a light ender into special 2 here, which should pretty much bring his first life down. He's got a little bit left. Here I am just going to wait for that stun to get purified. He is going to hit me some more. It's Future Ant-Man. He's the GOAT, so he's going to survive, probably. I didn't need to throw that special 2. It was probably very much a waste, but it gave me my knockdown, activated tactic again, and we are ready to get some cooking in. So I do want to bait that special and then get his Fury active so I can put his stuff on cooldown once again. Just get my intercept. This special 2 should finish it off. It was pretty sloppy, but goes down without too much of an issue. So that was path 5 in section 1. Next up, I'm moving to section 2, and I'm going to be taking path 2 in section 2. I'm going to be taking this lizard, and I had planned to take it with Lumitrix, but the power node where your power gets drained was worrying me just a little bit, so I decided to go in here with Mole Man. Because the best utility is damage, and so I do trigger a regen right off, not too fussed about that. I'm still going to need to be ramping, so the 1 regen doesn't bother me too much. I am going to throw a special 1 just to get spacing and do the extra burst damage from the shock. Guaranteed crits during shock. And yeah, that was like 21 seconds. So Mole Man kind of cooked that. It was just a rank 3 lizard, but I didn't really know what his abilities were very much. I did see he wasn't bleed immune, so that was my main concern there. Taking Suicide's back off for this next fight. I am taking Lumitrix on the EMP mod node, and Lumitrix is actually very good for this node because, and he's also very good for Lumitrix himself, because 1, he can't miss while he's invisible, and 2, he cannot, or he very rarely triggers any buffs since you're evading and whatnot. So I did throw a power start 1 on so I can get into my rotation quick. Here he's just being a little bit of an ass and not dashing in, but he did dash in there. I am kind of trying to time my spacing so I don't get any placebos on me, but there I got a notification. Sorry for that. The missus was intent on trying to mess up my war video. So I will get one more notification here in a second. So apologies for that. But here I want to bait out the special 1. I do trigger 1 dex there. The shock isn't going to do a lot of damage. I am invisible there, get my special 1 off, get my unblockable, get my double fury special 2, and he survives on 1%. So just wait for that and it's over. So yeah, I lost just a couple of percent health to an EMP mod without Odin's, just because you don't really trigger any buffs to turn into shocks on you. And next up, I'm moving to the left-hand mini island. I'm going to throw on 1 team health potion and then a solo health potion, and then probably another solo, looks like no extra solo health potion. But using Future Ant-Man for this North Star, he's very good for this fight. There's not a whole lot to worry about. Just want to activate Tactic, get a couple of intercepts, so Surging Swarm comes up. Bait that special. Nope, actually take a couple hits to the face. I am going to activate my special 1 just to get out of the... what's it called? The pickle I was in. He does throw another special 1. I would have preferred if he hadn't, but it does give me a good opening to reactivate Tactic. And I'm able to special 2 here with one of my disintegrations, which makes that damage pretty nice. He does survive on just a couple percent. I get a little sidestep into a special 1, which didn't kill naturally, so a sidestep into a light attack and he goes down. So that fight was very simple, very easy. Next up, I'm taking this MODOK, and you guys can probably take a nap, because this MODOK I played terribly and it took forever. I took it in off-season to practice it with Lumitrix, and he's immune to Rupture, not to Poison. So here I am going to just activate it, and then I'm just going to hold my heavy, see if I can let that Poison get ready to fall off so I don't stack too many up on me. Your invisibility is paused while, what's it called? I don't really know what I was doing. I should have punished probably, but now the whole Rupture phase is gone and I landed just a couple of hits. So I throw that heavy, get double poisons. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to be taking a ton of damage, so I am just going to be holding that heavy as long as possible, letting those poisons fall off as much as possible. But just a few of them are ticking down a decent bit. Here, I don't know why I threw that special 1, if I'm being honest. It was really dumb, and then now I am going to try and heavy counter and let go too early, so now I'm like, oh, I can't heavy counter, where I definitely could heavy counter, so instead I throw a special 1 to reactivate my invisibility. Yeah, and then here I push him to a special 1 again, and same issue. I did get the punish there, so that wasn't too big of an issue. I didn't charge a heavy. I don't know why, so now I'm in the same situation. Here I think maybe I think I threw another special 1, because, yep, another special 1 for no real reason other than because I was small braining it. And then, hey, guess what? I did the same thing, and now he's got his auto block, so I can't punish again. So here I think I do actually punish it and get my invisibility on cooldown. So it kind of worked out, but holy, I was not paying nearly enough attention to anything like this entire fight. And here I think I just go for the finish. I don't care too much about the poisons, which I didn't actually trigger any anyways. So that fight could be way easier and way quicker if I just didn't play like an absolute Lumitrix scrub. So next up, I'm going to be taking this Sassy on 47. And especially this tactic, Lumitrix is very good for Sassy, strictly because, especially 47, because he can't miss while invisible. He cannot be affected by the Unstoppable because Unstoppable doesn't matter. And here, I think he's not running 5 out of 5 in MD. I think he's only running like maybe 1 or 2 in MD, which is interesting, but there I get my heavy off. I'm almost to my double fury SP2 here in just a second. I think I go for it right here. Yeah, I'll go for it here. And then his Wrath is just about to trigger, and it's actually a bit annoying because you can't activate invisibility very well while he's in Wrath. So here I do get my invisibility active and pause my Furies, but it's going to fall off here very quickly, and then I get hit by that heavy, but I had unstoppable, so I'm fine. I'm not going to die. He's got a decent bit of regen going on. I want to pause those Furies, but it's not working out because he's always over a bar of power. So after this special 2, I'm going to activate another double Fury SP2. Get myself a little bit of cunning going on, and up to 6 cunning there, and he goes down. So longer than it should have been, because I should have just tried to get a pause on those Furies, but didn't work out. This one you can also probably just shut off your phone for the first fight, because this fight is very simple as long as you don't suck. And it turns out I do suck. So here I get the punishes. I can block hits for weeks and weeks because of just fam being fam. And I'm going to be rooted eventually for these special ones, but it's not that big of a deal. I go for a backdraft, and she walk up lights me, and then we get stun chained. There. I actually didn't... Yeah, I don't know what happened. Now I have brute force ticking me. I want to get my special 1 off to get another endurance active. I go for a light intercept like an absolute moron. Hey, guess what? I go for another. I get sidestepped, and it doesn't matter if you have max limber if you get stun chained into oblivion. She does nicely throw the special 1 there, but here I panicked and she didn't dash in, so I couldn't throw my special, and yeah, I just died. So, absolutely abysmal performance. I played like shite. I should have played it safe. I shouldn't have done the risky playing I did, but I did that, so we died. I was trying to count on future Ant-Man's Surging Swarm to have aggressive AI in the previous fight, and it didn't work out, so what do? I do the same thing again. Here I'm feeling a lot more confident with my intercepts. I did do a quick practice fight while waiting, but here we go right back into it. She does throw that special 1 kind of into hard block, not too fussed about it. I do want to get my special 1 thrown here pretty soon before that endurance falls off, and did manage that. Go for a light intercept there when I shouldn't have, when I should have just baited a special and not done dumb shit, but hey, we base this channel off of having fun, and if doing dumb shit is how we have fun, then why not? So she does go down very, very easily in my second try when she didn't walk up light attack me during Surging Swarm. But anyhow, we are throwing on suicides again because we're going to be using Mole Man for this anti-venom boss, actually, which is very interesting. Only ever saw Gene bosses last season, and then the first one of this season is anti-venom. And I am really unsure of the thought process here. I think maybe they were hoping for someone to get heal reversaled on this fight. I'm really uncertain, to be honest. I can't think of a good explanation why anti-venom would be a good boss. Jean still is kind of a menace, even though there have been better counters found for her. But Mole Man is kind of the GOAT. I am going to need to worry about increased combat power rate on the specials, or while I'm throwing specials, that is, which isn't too big of a worry because I can just bait a special before throwing my special and be fine. So I do activate Unstoppable before my special 2 on, I think, almost all of my special 2s, where the Unstoppable only gives you extra attack if you're missing health, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. But I don't think this guy was even running Despair because I regened a lot, and it was kind of nice. So I could get punched in the face a whole bunch and not worry about it. A special 2 actually got him very close to a special 3, but I'm pretty confident I had an invuln charge left. not 100% confident, but like at least 62%. And then there's another special too. I just need to keep Wrath from falling off, or Frenzy from falling off, which isn't too much of an issue. He does throw a special 1 there, which is nice. I get my special 2 without Taunt active, so that does good damage. He's got just a couple % left, and I'm going to go for it here. So yeah, that'll be it for this one. My record is 9-1 for this season so far. Thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.